Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel. Welcome to my channel, World of Angel 88 or Simply Angel, your fave bud. And today is November 28th, 2020, and I gave birth this morning. This morning, my wonderful, handsome son, Jonathan Ethan Thomas, was born at 9:25 a.m. It's currently almost 8 o'clock p.m. So I have spent the day in bed, as you can see. And I was talking to John, and I was like, I should probably be recording this to let people know. So today I woke up, and I was 27 weeks in one day. And we had some complications yesterday, contractions, hurting, all that kind of stuff. And Jonathan's heartbeat kept decelerating and coming back up. And so when I got up this morning, they said we're doing an emergency C-section. Luckily, everything went well. John was there to see his son be born. John is here now holding the camera. John has been in the NICU with him all day long. He's born at 9:25 a.m. He's 1 pound, 11 ounces, 13 inches long. So I just wanted to come, and this will probably be a vlog just to kind of, I probably will tell y'all my pregnancy story when I'm not drugged up. They see all my wonderful IVs. So I will probably tell y'all my pregnancy story in this video. Not my pregnancy, but my labor and delivery story and everything. But yeah, I just felt it was appropriate to come and tell y'all that my son's birthday is November 28th, 2020.
Shout out to a real one.
He's a Sagittarius. He was conceived in June, born in November. He clearly had some stuff to do. 7 months in the game, but he's a fighter, y'all. So I will talk to y'all when I don't feel or look like this. Hey y'all, today is December 11th, and last time I talked to y'all was the day I gave birth. So we are 13 days since then, and yes, I'm in a hotel. My aunt came the week that I gave birth to him, and my other aunt is on the way here now. They've been coming to check on me and everything because your girl has been going through postpartum. It has been rough, just having my baby early, leaving my baby in the NICU. It's been rough, but I'm making it, okay? So I told y'all I was going to give y'all my labor and delivery story. John has just left to go get our food. So I was like, well, this is the perfect time because I'm sitting still. I have a lot going on at one time. So prior to me giving birth, we were in the process of moving, and I hadn't told y'all that. So we're moving next Friday. So these past 2 weeks, between me having my baby, getting discharged from the hospital, I have been in recovery, packing, and I start back work on Monday. So yeah, and yes, I'm going back to work, but I'm working from home, just until my baby gets out the NICU, and then I will take my maternity leave. Okay, so labor and delivery story. Jonathan was born on November 28th, so I need to go to November 27th. So, if you remember my last video before this video, yeah, I think I'm gonna upload it like that. My 26-week update. I had told y'all that I wished y'all a happy Thanksgiving, and I was gonna get with y'all the next day. Well, November 27th came, and Angel was in pain. It wasn't feeling like contractions, but it wasn't feeling right. And they couldn't figure out what it was. And it would be like, it would go on for like 5 hours, then it would stop. And then it would go on for like an hour and a half, then it would stop. So they hooked me up to the monitor, just to monitor baby and see what was going on. And they would see some contractions, but it wasn't bothering Jonathan. So we had got to a point where they kept me on the monitor all night. During my night, while I was sleeping, his heart rate went down and then it came back up. So when I woke up that morning, rewind, we later found out it was my fibroids. What it seemed to be is that Jonathan was hugging and kicking and playing with my fibroids. So my fibroids were irritated, which was causing me a lot of pain. But anywho, so when I woke up that morning, I woke around 7:15-ish, because they start serving breakfast at 7. So I like to order my breakfast. It takes me about 45 minutes to bring it. So I take a nap, or I go wash my face, brush my teeth, all that kind of stuff. So I woke about 7:15, and as soon as I got up, my nurse came in there. And she was like, they told me that you can't eat. As soon as she said that I couldn't eat, I knew that I was going to be delivering that day. Because any other time prior to then, when they said, you can't eat today, they was like, we think we're going to deliver. That time when she said, you can't eat, I knew I was about to have to deliver. So I said, okay. And I went back to sleep. Like, I didn't think twice. I don't know why I didn't think to call John, because John didn't stay at the hospital with me that night. I think I texted him, but I didn't call him. So I woke back up, and the doctor came in, and she was like, we're about to deliver. It's just not safe for you or baby, and we're going to deliver. I said, okay. So I called John, and he had just woke up. It's about 8 o'clock at this time. And he's like, I got your text message, because I was just telling him, like, the baby's heart rate celebrated over the night, but he's back good, things like that. And I said, yeah, I'm not calling about that. I need you to get here now. We're about to go into labor. And you could hear his voice get, like, nervous. And I was like, calm down. I need you to be chill. I just need you to get here. Because the hospital that we were at, the hospital my baby's in the NICU at, is about 45 minutes from where we live. So I was telling the doctors, we can deliver, but we can't do nothing till my husband gets here. And they was like, well, we need 20 minutes to prep you and everything for the emergency C-section. So whatever. Okay. So John is here.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
I had just wait, come back real quick. I just told them when I called you and said I was in labor. How did you feel?
I was a bit anxious. I was a little in disbelief. So, like, yeah, I didn't do much thinking. I just did much.
Get there.
Yeah, basically, that type of thing. That way. But, yeah, yeah.
Okay, you go eat. So, they came in and was like, we know you want to wait for your husband, but we need to prep you. I said, prep me? What you mean? This one nurse came in and she shaved me. Ma'am, I don't do that. I get waxed. But nonetheless, whatever. And then another one came in, took my blood pressure. They checked my IVs, all this, that, and the fourth. So at this point, it's like 5 people surrounding me. And I was like, can y'all give me a minute? Can everybody step out and give me a minute? So at that point, I was like, I prayed. And then I picked up my phone to do I'm about to go give birth to y'all type intro thing. And I couldn't do it. Like, I don't know how people do that, like, in the moment. Because, like, my mind thought to do it. But all the things that's racing through my head, and my baby is coming 13 weeks early, and all this kind of stuff wouldn't allow me to do it. So then I prayed again. And then they came back in. My nurse was amazing. Her name was Yana. Loved her. She was amazing. She came back in. She's like, are you ready? And I was like, yeah, I ain't got no choice now. So they reeled me over to the room that they were going to, do my emergency C-section in. And I just remember it being super cold. Like, it was really, really cold. So they put me on this table, and they were prepping me and talking to me. And they was like, we're finna do your epidural. We're finna do your spinal. We need you to hunch over and hug your belly. Remind you, I was only 27 weeks, so my belly wasn't that big to hug anyway. I didn't feel the epidural going in, but I felt myself start crying. Like, I think the reality hit once they put the epidural in, that I was about to give birth to my baby. So then they laid me down and they put the blue cover over so I can't see on the other half of my body. And then the male nurse anesthesiologist, because I had malignant hypothermia, kept talking to me, telling me what he was doing and all this kind of stuff. So then he rubbed my arm. It was like, you feel how cold this is? Do you feel it on your leg? To make sure that I was properly numbed. And then I saw him looking over, and he was like, yeah, you're numbed good. They just put really big clamps on your stomach, and you didn't feel a thing. I said, are they starting? And he said, yes. And I said, my husband's not here. So I called John, and he was like, I'm on the elevator. I'm on the way up. Then the other nurse, I told them to let me know when they cut me. And so the other nurse was like, they're about to cut you. And I was like, no, my husband's not here. And so I started freaking out and started crying because I was like, John gonna miss the birth of our baby. At that time, it was 9/22. And I was like, they're doing a C-section, so it's going to be quick. That he's going to miss the birth of our son. And then as I started crying, the nurse was like, he's here, he's here. So he walked in the room. I later found out John got to see the inside of my stomach. He walked in and said he was cutting my stomach open. And Jonathan was born at 9:25 a.m. We heard his cry, and then we heard the doctors whisper, he peed on us. So Jonathan came out peeing and kicking and crying, okay? He wasn't ready for this work. He wasn't ready. John was able to get up and cut his umbilical cord. I might insert picture. And then John came back over to me, hold my hand, tell me everything was good, he's okay. They brought him over to me to give him a kiss. I might insert picture. And they took him off to the NICU. John was still sitting next to me, and I was like, go with my baby. Go with my son. So John went with Jonathan, and they went to the NICU. They stitched me up and everything and took me to recovery. Well, in recovery, while they were stitching me, I started to become unnumb. Like, I started to feel what was going on. And I asked the nurse, was that normal? And she was like, epidurals wear off rather quickly. And I was confused because everybody else I talked to that has had an epidural said it didn't wear off that quick. So by the time I was in recovery, I was in full pain, like hyperventilating, crying, full pain. Later found out my fibroids were inflamed. So that's where the pain was. It wasn't necessarily from the C-section. It was from my fibroids. But at that moment, like, the doctor came back into recovery where I was at. They were ready to reopen me because she thought I was bleeding from the inside because they had already gave me pain medicine and it wasn't working. So once they were able to get me stable and sturdy, it took them about 35 minutes, close to an hour. And then they let me go see Jonathan for 10 minutes because they had me on magnesium. 10 minutes. And he was in his little incubator, and I just remember crying and being amazed that I had just given birth to this amazing little human being. I told John to just stay in the NICU with him because I knew I was about to be asleep because of the magnesium. When I did wake up, I did call John and ask him to come to the room and everything. And when he came to the room, the lactation specialist came too. And she was talking to me, but when I tell you I don't remember this conversation, I was in and out of sleep, dozing, like head dropping, exhausted. I was on magnesium and I was already on other pain medicines. But John listened and I pumped right then for him, which all the nurses were like shocked because I was only 27 weeks. I shouldn't have been able to pump the way I pumped. But I was pumping a lot. I'll insert pics to show you. So, that night, once I was kind of not so loopy, I recorded an intro for you guys. Because I was like, oh, I'm going to be at the hospital a while so I can kind of get him an update of me and Jonathan's recovery. Nope. I was at the hospital 3 days after I gave birth to my son, and they kicked me out. And I was just like broken. Like, when John had took me home that night, I don't remember if I cried in the car. I think I might have. But I remember getting home because I hadn't seen my home since November 12th. And it was December 1st, right? It was December 1st. And I hadn't been home since November 12th. So Jonathan had packages on packages of people buying stuff for him off of his registry. That'll be in the description box because he still needs a lot of stuff, including diapers. But so I was trying to open his packages, and John came over to me because I guess I started crying while I was opening his packages, and he was like, "Give me a hug," and I was like, "I don't want a hug." And he was like, "But you need a hug," and he gave me a hug, and I just remember breaking down crying because in that moment I was like, I had to leave my baby, and in that moment I was like, oh my God, I just had a baby. Like, it didn't register that I was pregnant, I done had my child, and I had to leave my child. It was just a lot to take in. But these last 2 weeks have been chaotic and hectic and everything like that. But I kind of just want to come and give y'all this labor and delivery story because I told y'all I was going to do that. So yeah, that's basically what happened with bringing Jonathan Ethan into this world. But I have some food and I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to come back to y'all and tell y'all some more stuff, okay? So I just got done eating, so I was like, oh, well, I should probably show y'all my postpartum body. So I still have my nephrostomy tube, as y'all saw in my previous video. If you did see my previous videos. So I do still have this, but it's not filtering as much anymore. I have surgery to get that removed on January 11th. But this is my postpartum body. I'm 2 weeks postpartum. And I will insert a pic of what I looked like the day before I gave birth to him. But this is 2 weeks postpartum. And I can't wear the compression belt and stuff because of my nephrostomy tube. But yeah. So I really do appreciate y'all taking time out to listen to my labor and delivery story. I do believe at some point I will do a postpartum story. Kind of just to go into more details of what that looks like, what that felt like, how I knew I was going through postpartum. I'm still currently going through it. Some days are better than others. Today just happens to be a good day. And I had energy, and I felt like concluding a video I had already started. We can't say the same may happen tomorrow. We just don't know. I do not know when I'm going to record again because, like I just told y'all, we're preparing to move. We still got to finish packing. I start back working on Monday. So, yeah, we just got a lot going on. A whole lot of. But I really do appreciate y'all taking the time out to listen to my story. If you have not subscribed yet, please take the time to click on my little face over there and subscribe. And if you haven't seen my last video, it's chilling down there. Thank y'all so much for y'all support, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.